Hello Internet, Sir Mutton Chops here. Welcome back. And as you can see, we're getting back into the grind for XP. We're in Soul Dungeon B this time. We're going to have a couple parts to this session of fighting. But yeah, this is old footage. I have not been playing recently, I have to admit. I've been taking a break, a much needed respite from pretty much everything, and enjoying the summertime. I have this benevolence about me. It must be the warm weather, I don't know. But yeah, I'm busy pulling in this episode. I think a pull for pretty much all of the Soul Dungeon B footage. I didn't really get into Soul Dungeon A. It was pretty inhospitable for me. I had some hairy moments there with other group members, but well, it was a pretty cool zone. I did power level there a couple times, other people, so might want to try that zone out sometime. I don't know if I recommend it unless you're killing gnomes, but I wouldn't do that. I don't kill gnomes. I like my faction. But I'm gonna go ahead and apologize here. There is gonna be a bit of lag. I think it's from the wizard. There's a spell that the wizards have. It's very similar to druid's spell called Flame Lick, and for some weird reason it causes a lot of lag on my computer. I heard other people bemoan about that on the forums and other places as well. I tried to turn down the opacity on my spell effects in my settings, but that didn't seem to really affect anything. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit choppy here and there. Get in the chopper. But well, these things happen, and I was gonna actually just totally trash this footage, but there are some really interesting moments, some clutch moves, hairy terrible moments, face palms, but a lot of it was just pretty much cool, relaxed, and fun. So I went ahead and kept it. The next footage will be a little bit less laggy, hopefully more watchable. But yeah, I just resisted flashlight there. That is a very annoying spell, especially in this zone. It seems to be very prevalent in this zone, and it can really ruin your day. Really can. It can make you cry. It can make a grown man cry like a little girl and curl up in a ball and then masturbate. I have no idea why I just said that, but whatever. I don't care. It's warm outside, and I'm benevolent. I don't care. I'm happy. I'm having a I don't know, an office space moment where I just walk around in sandals and jeans and I go fishing. I don't know, but yeah, I haven't been playing very much recently. I think I hopped on the server a few days ago, but I haven't been playing. I don't know why. I don't know why. But a lot of people actually have been playing. They've been playing Diablo 3 since it came out. So a lot of people are focused on that. They'll level up, I'm sure. I'm sure there's already max level out there and all that wonderful stuff. And I'm sure there's people there getting around things and using cheats and hacking and all that crazy stuff as it is prevalent in pretty much any game out there that's an MMO. But this is the nature of the beast, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get some two pulls here, some single pulls. That's pretty much my prerogative. It's the name of the game, the name of the rose, and hopefully I won't screw up too bad. I'm having a little bit of a problem with my incoming hotkey, but whatever. I keep saying my group mate is incoming, and that's just it's a newbie fail move on my part, but I'm learning. It certainly is a bit tricky figuring out all those different hotkeys. I'm not really good at that, by the way. I'm just not. You'll notice that I'm actually clicking it with my mouse, but using the numbers that correlate with the actual hotkeys, I'm just not good at that. Maybe I'm just very visual. I'm a very tertiary learner. I have no idea. But I'm even failing with using using the mouse. As you can see, there, accidentally inspected Chubler, who's in Briganda Earth. I don't know if he's still in that guild, but it's a pretty cool guild. He was our tank in this footage, obviously. I should be feign deathing more here. I don't know why I'm not. I should be feign deathing as soon as I actually get it over there to the group, and Chubler taunts it or hits it at least once. But I'm not. I guess it's just a newbie mistake, but I'm learning. I didn't even know about any of these little areas, these little nooks and crannies, originally, because I just stepped in this zone a couple times in Classic Everquest on live. I did not go in too far because I'm pretty much a chicken shit, or at least I was way back when, and I just licked my wounds and ran out. I really didn't even go into the lava storm because I had a twinked out Dark Elf warrior at one point, and I got attacked by an imp. I thought I could solo an imp. Yeah, that was that was a fail move, especially considering the fact that I was using one hand slashing weapons. Yeah, I died very quickly. Well, actually, I didn't die completely quickly. I had plenty of hit points, but I panicked and I ran off, and I got lost in the mountainous regions of Lava Storm. And it's not really a big zone anyway, but back when I was that age, around 13, I think, it really was to me, and I didn't actually reference the maps, and I lost the corpse. It fell in the lava, and I rage quitted. I was so angsty and just completely inconsolable that I just forgot about the character altogether. I started up another character later on, but yeah, I haven't tried Warriors ever since. That was a bad moment for me. I still need counseling for it. I'm never gonna get over it. But yeah, we were doing pretty good in this group. We've got a healer, we've got a wizard, Winslow obviously. He's our rogue, our DPS. He just kicks ass every time I'm in a group with him, or I should say in a raid with him, I get XP. So if you ever get into a raid, try to group up with anyone that's a rogue, or if there's two rogues in one group, you're pretty much guaranteed XP unless they're really low level. So yeah, just a little pro tip there. If you want XP in a raid, hop on that real quick. Really, really is a good idea. But yeah, this is a pretty good area. It's called the window, apparently. How much is that doggy in the window? Yeah, I couldn't resist the cliche song, but I'm not too sure about these wall graphics. They're kind of creeping me out. They're very Simba, Timon and Pumbaa, Lion King, if you will. They're Aborigine paintings, and I don't know, they're unsettling. Like in one instance, they seem very cartoonish because there's like these little dancing gerbils, or I don't know what they are, weasels or something. But then you'll see these other pictures of, like, I don't know, monkey faces that look very demonic. It's unsettling to me. It really is. But we're away from them now. I think there may be some more Waltz paintings here, but they're different ones. But yeah, this is the Royals area, and I am going to be trying to split pull this whole area. This is all absolutely unbroken, so I'm gonna have some fun here. Considering the fact that I don't know any of this, I'm surprised I actually did as well as I actually managed to do. I'm using sneak here to lower my aggro. That is a really good thing to do. And again, this is a huge newbie mistake. I got a 2-pull right there. Now anyone else would have just taken him into the group, but nope, not me. I have to get the single pull, you know? That makes no sense at all. That was just complete boobery, and I have no excuse there. It looks like it's actually a very pro move there, and it was just a veteran clutch move that I actually was able to get a single pull out of all those mobs there. But that was just boobery, and I can't pretend like it was anything else. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get some 2-pulls here. They kind of clued me in on that in the group chat there on the right, chat 1 box. But I don't really pay a lot of attention to those whenever I'm pulling. I know a lot of other monks say that as well. And it's like I'm really focused on the mechanism of keeping the experience going, keeping that lifeblood in a constant cycle. But I just don't pay attention to it, and to my detriment, a lot of times that is the case. Now this is really weird here. You just saw the mob on the left park it, reacquaint himself with his spawn point, and then I managed the police to just right in front of him, so there wasn't even a lack of line of sight there. So I have no idea why I didn't get 3 mobs in that pool, but whatever. I'll take it. Doing pretty good damage with my 2-hand blunt. I wonder if that's a peace bringer. I didn't actually get a chance to notice that, and I wish I could have this in third-person perspective, but it's so cramped, and it would just be so jaunted, the camera angles. I just decided to keep it in first person for the most part. I think I still have a Staff of Battle. That's what it is, because I think I just saw a transparent gray graphic for my staff. So if that's the case, it's actually still holding up pretty well at this level. So it's a pretty solid weapon if you want to go ahead and try that as a monk. A lot of people still focus on 1-hand blunt at this level, especially if they have some of the higher end 1-hand blunt weapons, but most of those aren't really utilized until I think 50, because they don't proc until that level. So just a heads up, if you're going to be doing that, you might want to have something that doesn't proc because it's going to be lackluster. But I'm utilizing two-hand blunt as I'm a firm proponent of that. It's just my theory. I have a suspicion that two-hand blunt is better DPS. I didn't actually parse any of it, so I can't prove it. But it's just a suspicion. I have these inklings, you know. I go on gut instinct. I go with my gut, my big fat pot belly. Um, so yeah, this is I believe it's called the King Room, and Targrin the Rock spawns here, and you need him for the Robe of the Lost Circle. He drops I think it's the code of Zanpai, or is it the idol? I think it's the code, and then Raster of Guk drops the idol. And from my experience, Targrin is a lot harder camp. He just is. Throughout my whole time fighting in this zone, I think I leveled up once, twice, maybe 3 times a lever. um, I did not see him. I didn't see him once. Now that said, I actually had a few people send me tells out of the blue. I was like in Lava Storm or power leveling someone in Soul Dungeon A, and they were like, "Hey, do you want looting rights to Targrin? We just got him. Nobody needs him." So I went running over here, and I lost. I lost him. He just rotted, and it sucked. It happened twice. But yeah, he was a pretty difficult camp. I sat here once watching someone power level a cleric, and I stayed here for a couple hours. I was like watching, I don't know, I think I was watching something on TV. I don't even remember, but it was just a long time. Maybe it was a movie. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's probably Apocalypse Now or something morbid like that. But anyway, it's besides the point. I'm getting off topic. He didn't spawn, so it just was like, the hell with this. And then finally somebody really helped me out and left him up. I ran all the way from Knark. I got a teleport, and I ran all the way over here. And they saved him for me because another group was eyeing him. So I was like, oh god. I didn't need a third fail. I was just gonna go slash my wrists. But anyway, you just noticed there, both Gorgor and myself got our arses handed to us. That was a very, very low moment for me. But Mend saved me, Feign Death saved me, and saved Gorgor as well. That was a really hairy moment. It's why I kept this footage, because I don't know how we survived. Gorgor here has a fungi tunic, so he's sitting pretty, but as for myself, I'm going to have to go and bind wound and wait for a heal, because, well, I'm just not that wealthy. I do not have the platinums. But yeah, that was crazy. I think I aggroed from that middle room there, which I actually, in this footage right now, was not aware of. I wasn't aware of that middle room. Winslow later on showed me that there were mobs in there. I don't know if that room even has a name, but there's some casters in there, and it's right on the ledge. It's pretty small actually, but I think I aggroed through the wall, so that was why there was so much DPS from those mobs. I was almost a gunner, and in those cases you're pretty much just gonna have to suck it up and go down with the ship, because no one really can help you. You're pretty much on your own. I think that's what Gorgor was really trying to attempt, actually. See if he could split pull some of the mobs, maybe tag one or two off of me, but he didn't realize that I was actually very close, very close to the group. Kind of a newbie mistake, but you'll see here later on as well that when I go up to actually pull the mobs, I don't back up far enough, so I have to do it once or twice more, and it takes a little bit longer for me to pull the mobs. So yeah, you want to be able to kind of back up a little bit more, and it means taking a little bit of a beating, but if you have enough AC, if you have enough HP, you should be fine, especially considering the fact that these are blue mobs. If you want to, you probably could solo in this zone, but I wouldn't recommend doing it anywhere near this area, considering the fact that there are a lot of trains in this zone, and there's just a lot of what do they call those? Not tangibles. There's a lot of variables to consider. So if you're going to go ahead and try to solo in this zone, do it in one of the areas that's near a zone in, because you do not want to have an uphill battle as far as the XP is going, because you will lose a lot more than you'll gain, and probably end up rage quitting. I think the best thing to do is probably just to group up. It's a very, very good area, and you'll just notice here Gorgor was actually pulling him up, and I should have tagged it off of him, but I wasn't entirely sure whether or not he got that as a single pull or not. So Yeah, that was a pretty good pool actually. It would have been good if he just went ahead and took it, but he was in the middle of a pool. I was in the middle pool. We we lacked communication, but everyone was pretty much relaxed. That's what I really like to see is when people are very leisurely. Everyone was just getting back into the flow of playing this game and getting used to these zones. So they were, having a cup of joe, relaxing, shooting the shit, and allowing us to figure this all out. So that was great. The pressure was off, and it pretty much allowed me to get a feel for everything. So eventually, I started kicking ass and taking names, and these paintings on these walls are really starting to creep me out. Yeah, I don't even know what those are. What are those? Those little brown ones are really irritating to me. I don't know what they are. I guess they're maybe kobolds. That would make sense, but they're not really accurate depictions. And who paints them? I mean, dogs don't have opposable thumbs, although you don't really need them for finger painting, because chimpanzees finger paint, and I think other animals do as well. But whatever, I'm getting off topic again. And there's that damn spell effect. If anyone knows how to, even just how to take it away from the graphics, that would be great, because I hate it. It really does slow things down. It's bad for footage. It's bad for my morale. I don't like it. But yeah, Winslow went ahead and showed me this. I think I left out that footage of him showing me that this is an area you can pull from. But there it is. I was unaware of that. And well, yeah, it's pretty good. It really is a good area for XP, because once you're done with one room and you get the other room out of the way, and then you finish up that third room, which is kind of a bugger, really. There's I don't know. It's just set up differently. It's a little bit more difficult to get the mobs from there, but you have a longer hallway to work with, so that's the only plus to that spot. I think the worst room is the King's room, because you have so many different mobs that can spawn up there, and there are casters as well. And if the King spawns, you're screwed. And I think I have footage of that later on, a couple levels further on up. So yeah, you're going to get to see just what that entails. It is not a good moment. It is pretty difficult, especially if you haven't broken the room yet, which we hadn't. So yeah, it's pretty difficult. Now you're going to see here, right here, is a pretty dire moment. Pamakai, our cleric, had gone down further into the dungeon to res someone for free. So, as it stands, no good deed goes unpunished. He neglected to mention to us that he was doing this, and of course, we lost our CC, we had an ad, everything went to shit. So yeah, if you're a cleric, you want to kind of give a heads up there. This was just kind of a goofy moment, but we pulled through in the end. This is a very badass moment for Gorgor. I was impressed thoroughly. Now he does have Rubicite here, and he does have a Fungi Tunic. He's going to switch on here in a minute, I believe. But he gets really low in the HP. I think he gets down to like 2% maybe. That's like the lowest he gets. And he doesn't even bother to try to even feign death, even though it could fail on him. Yeah, there's the Fungi Tunic there. But he could have feigned death and then had it, aggro onto me, but that's just badass. Always kind of made me want to try a Shadow Knight, because I think any class with feign death, Shadow Knights, Necromancers, Monks, are pretty powerful. I mean, it's just a very enviable skill. And well, as you can see here, Burrito is still down. We've got a cold burrito on our hands. We're going to try to warm him up with a res as soon as Pamakai gets up here and wipes the egg off his face. And I'm hungry now. Eggs, burritos. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna get some more experience here soon enough and get back into the thick of things. I'll try to post up part 2 in the near future. Until then, thank you all for bearing with me, and well, take care and enjoy whatever games you are playing.